Hi, welcome everyone. Obiano has now been granted bail by the EFCC after spending 5 nights in detention, although he is yet to meet the bail conditions. As you are aware, he was arrested at the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos, the same day he handed over power to the current Anambra State Governor, Chukwuma Soludo. He was later moved to Lagos to face a team of investigators handling his case. We will see why Obiano was held for 5 days with no charges yet in a moment. First of all, this video is not meant to judge or mock Obiano in his current difficulties, but we shouldn't forget the events of the last few days, how his wife and former First Lady conducted herself in a shameful manner unbecoming of a First Lady, the scuffle she had with Bianca during the swearing-in ceremony of Chukwuma Soludo. She conducted herself like a market woman. It was a show of shame. In fact, Anambrarians haven't even recovered from her shocking, shameful conduct. And after a few hours of the same day, Anambrarians were shocked again when news broke that Obiano was arrested in Lagos. So this is the first time in Anambra's history that the first family will conduct themselves in a manner that will bring disgrace and shame to Anambra. They say there's no smoke without fire. Why was Obiano in a hurry to leave Anambra State? Obiano spent a lot of time convincing Anambrarians that he has turned Anambra State around, that he has made Anambra a better place more than he met it. One would wonder why he was in a hurry to leave beautiful Anambra State for the United States, just few hours after handing over power. They say clear conscience fears no accusation. While making the run for the airport, Obiano was armed with a court order that should have prevented the EFCC from arresting him. So if Obiano already got himself a court order, why was he running? They all look fishy, all his conduct. Remember that last year during the governorship election in Anambra, the EFCC declared that Obiano has been put under their watch list. So Obiano was aware that these guys were watching him, that he was under investigation. The best he could have done was to wait around in his country home in Anambra or anywhere else in the jurisdiction of EFCC. In fact, he should have borrowed a leaf from Fayose. When you are told to emulate a former governor that is now facing trial, it should tell you how low Obiano has conducted himself. Ayo Fayose, with all his gra-gra, still recognized the fact that he had to submit himself to the EFCC. This also played to his advantage because when a judge will decide a bail application, he will consider if the accused is a flight risk or not. And all these might lead to street bail conditions, you know. So Obiano shouldn't have made a run for the airport. He should have waited for at least 1 month or more. This would have even been beneficial to Anambrarians because the new government might face some difficulties somewhere and Obiano's guidance would have been hugely beneficial. If Obiano had waited, the EFCC would have simply invited him for questioning. They also wouldn't have had any reason to detain him beyond 48 hours or to ask a court to extend the detention time. Although no reason justifies the detention of people more than the stipulated time, they should endeavor to complete investigations before they make arrests. Anyway, we will see more on that later. New subscribers. If you enjoy what you're seeing, if you enjoy political analysis, huge and futuristic projects and many more, you must be subscribed to a channel to get everything in one package. If you haven't, this is the time to subscribe to a channel and enable notification. 2023 elections will be coming up in a few months. There will be lots of political analysis and permutations on our channel, and the most important one, results of all upcoming elections will be published right here immediately they drop. So stay tuned, stay subscribed to get all the information on time. Thank you for subscribing. Now let's see why the EFCC granted bail to Obiano without charging him to court. A quick guess on why is the fact that it is routine for law enforcement operatives in Nigeria. When they know they don't have a concrete case that is winnable in court, they tend to detain the suspect for longer. Sometimes it works if the person is really hiding something. And with long detention and constant grilling, frustration sets in and the person cracks. That's why many people, especially politically exposed persons, start fighting for their bail in court. Immediately, law enforcement agents exhaust the limit of hours they can detain suspects without trial. You can't build a case on hearsay. If there is a petition against someone, the EFCC can't just rely on that 100%. They still need to investigate. If it is alleged, for instance, that Obiano bought a house somewhere, the EFCC still needs to prove that beyond reasonable doubt in court, On what and what the EFCC is questioning Obiano, they allege that Obiano diverted more than 30 billion naira from Anambra State Treasury. These funds, the EFCC says, were taken in cash from security votes. Whether it is true or not, this is a huge amount of money. EFCC should endeavor to recover every penny that belongs to Anambra people if they are found in possession of Obiano. EFCC is acting based on petitions it received from Anambrians and concerned citizens who have written many petitions against Obiano. This is not the first time. Even during the elections, there were many of such petitions flying around, but a lot of people didn't take it seriously because during elections, politicians do all sorts of things to take advantage, These petitions, whether true or not, will guide the EFCC to make proper investigations in order to recover Anambra people's money. If Obiano didn't divert Anambra security votes, the investigation shall set him free. Obiano was elected for the first time by Anambrarians based on trust, so it will be a betrayal of Anambrarians if Obiano actually diverted their money for his personal gains. There needs to be a law that should guide the use of security votes, because a lot of executive office holders misuse the security votes. Some take them as part of their slush funds. By the way, it is not illegal to withdraw it in cash. It becomes illegal when it is not spent on security or diverted. Security votes are also used in emergencies, and there are certain emergencies that require immediate attention. There wouldn't be time to go to the bank to withdraw money to tackle the emergency. It might also be a time when the bank isn't working. So executive office holders have the right to keep some of their security votes in cash to tackle security issues. But problem arises when people see the security votes as their money, where they can dip their hand and give money to hangers-on and party faithfuls, The law should also provide a way for the governor or an executive office holder to account for the security vote. Because right now, no one can question the usage of the security votes. Even the State Assembly or National Assembly can't question an executive office holder on how he used the security votes. It's a serious loophole in our system which needs to be addressed. The EFCC also alleges that Obiano misappropriated 5 billion naira SORPI funds. Remember SORPI? The Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program was a project of the last administration. In fact, it launched around 2012 or so, and Obiano came to power in 2014, although the SORPI program continued until it was stopped by the current administration. So it shows that the EFCC had a long head start because the SORPI fund stopped coming a long time ago, which should mean that they should have concluded investigations. They should only need Obiano's statement before they charge him to court, While the trial is going on, they can continue investigating on fresh leads that they have. This is to prevent a situation where they don't conclude investigations and make arrests. They should borrow a lead from other police departments in some Western countries. The cart should always be behind the horse, not in front. Take for instance the case of the scammer, Hush Puppy and Abba Kyari, how the FBI conducted their investigations before they made a move through the Dubai authorities to effect the arrest of Hush Puppy. Hush Puppy was charged after his extradition, and the FBI subsequently made a request to extradite Hush Puppy's accomplice, Abba Kyari. Abba Kyari is currently immersed in a lot of mess. They are currently making a move to freeze his assets worth billions of naira. You can see more details about Abba Kyari by clicking the link on the top right corner. On the part of EFCC, it shows incompetence to arrest suspects before concluding investigations. Although it's understandable that Obiano wanted to run, the EFCC could have done a lot of work when Obiano still had immunity. So after his immunity has ended, they will just need to question him and get his statement so that they can charge him to court. While all the action taken so far by Obiano looks suspicious, it is not a confirmation of guilt. Of course, determination of guilt or innocence is the work of a judge. Obiano might have decided to run because he was simply afraid of the unknown. But why was he afraid if he did nothing wrong? Was Obiano trying to avoid humiliation of being arrested? What humiliation will be worse than the one he faced at the Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos? The humiliation extends to the entire Anambra citizens. Obiano should have known better to deal with Nigerian problems in Nigeria and not to run to the United States. Obiano was supposed to leave office with a bang, but now he has left on the low, from government house in Oka to EFCC detention on the same day. Well, be rest assured that we'll be giving you updates as events unfold. When and if the EFCC is going to charge him to court and the number of charges they will bring against him, we got you covered. We hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button and subscribe as well if you haven't, and enable notification. Till next time, bye bye.